What's happening, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's talk about whether or not Jon Jones should be stripped of the UFC heavyweight belt. In short, yes, I believe he should be stripped. I think it's kind of ridiculous at this point that Jon's holding up the heavyweight division. Tom Aspinall should have the opportunity to face Jon, who right now is the undisputed heavyweight king. Jon's last fight was against Stipe Miocic. That was back in December 16th, 2024. Stipe was well into his 40s. Certainly out of his prime. With that being said, Jon still stopped him, which is impressive. But I gotta say, Jon Jones, he looked slow, and he didn't look like his usual self at heavyweight. Now, granted, it's the extra weight. Of course, you're gonna be slower. Most likely, you're not gonna have the same type of cardio. So I suspect Jon is more akin to like pacing himself. He still didn't look like Jon Jones. And I just mean from like a physical standpoint, the reaction time, the speed. Could be a combination of age. He's 37. Been in a lot of fights, a lot of wars, and the extra weight, being heavyweight now. Interesting enough, Francis Ngannou expressed interest in coming back to the UFC and potentially having a super fight with Jon Jones. Jon responded to being open to that fight, which I found kind of funny because if you look at the matchup, you could say to a large extent, let me rephrase that, to a fair extent, that Francis Ngannou is one-dimensional. He doesn't have the greatest ground game. It's not the worst. He's coming along. He keeps improving, but he's primarily a striker. Let's not kid ourselves here. I think Jon Jones sees a path to victory similar to what he did to Ciryl Gane. But why aren't you excited to fight Tom Aspinall? Because Tom Aspinall is big, younger, faster. He's well-rounded, dangerous on the mat, and dangerous in the striking department. Jon's reasoning is he doesn't want to keep facing these non-established newcomers because it kind of like does nothing for his legacy. But the Francis fight, he believes that would add to his legacy. I don't know, man. Jon is coming off kind of funny, man. It just seems like excuses. And he seems like he just wants no part of Tom Aspinall. I know I'm not the only one who picks this up, feels that way. A lot of fans are demanding Jon Jones be stripped because he's holding up the division. And you know, way back in the day, Shogun Rua gave Jon Jones a shot. He was the young up-and-coming fighter. It's not like Shogun was an old man, but he gave him a shot. Now, Jon, if you feel like you've done enough and you have nothing left to prove, I guess, you know, step aside and let the newer generations do their thing, like Aspinall. That's just my take. I mean, ultimately, do I think Jon Jones is scared of Tom Aspinall? Quote, scared? No, I don't think he's scared of him. I think he's scared of losing in a bad way. DC shared similar sentiments. Yeah, I think that's it in a nutshell, man. I think Jon is afraid of hurting his legacy, of losing badly. I think the issues that Jon would face is speed, his explosiveness, his size, and his well-rounded ability. There was a petition online for Jon Jones to be stripped. I think that went up to 130,000. Dana White in a recent press conference dismissed the petition. And I mean, I find it funny, man. He said something like, hey, if somebody doesn't want to fight, you can't make them fight. No, Dana, but you can strip them, right? Anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you think Jon Jones is actually scared to fight Tom Aspinall? Do you think he should give up the belt, relinquish the title? What do you think about Jon being interested in fighting Francis? Guys, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching or listening. As always, truly appreciate the support. You guys are the best. And I'll catch you all in the next segment. Until then, take care, my friends.